Well, tonight's debate reflects what will almost certainly be a major theme in the upcoming presidential election, particularly if Barack Obama's momentum and fundraising prowess carry him to the Democratic nomination. We can expect campaigns that reflect stark differences in views about America's military engagement with the world. Each of these views has a long political pedigree, antecedents ranging from Jeffersonian isolationism, Hamilton's economic liberalism, Jackson's muscular populism, and Wilson's humanitarian idealism. Each would come to very different conclusions on tonight's resolution. Among the arguments that America should be the world's policeman are, who else will protect the peaceful from the ruthless, especially the ruthlessness of Islamic radicalism? Who else will cope with nuclear proliferation or threats to the world oil supply? The UN has proven useless. NATO is too unwieldy and has underinvested in its militaries for decades. Only the US has the capability to lead and to act. The counterargument is that no single nation is fit for the role of global policeman, certainly not an overstretched and economically challenged America, an America with a deeply flawed intelligence operation, ineffective public diplomacy, and only a superficial understanding of other cultures. Policemen are viewed skeptically, and for good reason, particularly if there are no international institutions to check their power. We need a multilateral approach for legitimacy and to be successful. So these are the two arguments that are going to be elaborated on by a wonderful panel of speakers that I'm particularly proud of. And I'm pleased to turn the evening over now to our moderator, Morley Safer. Morley has received many awards for his long and distinguished career in broadcast journalism. He's been a correspondent on 60 Minutes for CBS since 1970, so this is his 38th year on the show this season. Morley, the evening is yours.
Thank you, Bob. I'd like to welcome you to the 7th debate of the second Intelligence Squared U.S. series. The resolution being debated tonight is America should be the world's policeman. Let me give you a brief rundown of the rules of the game. Members of each team will alternate in presenting their side of the argument. Presentations are limited to 7 minutes. When opening arguments are complete, I will open up the floor to brief questions from the audience. After the Q&A, each debater will make a final 2-minute summation. And finally, you will vote on tonight's motion with the keypad attached to the armrest of your seat, and I will announce your decision on which side carries the day. I'd now like to introduce the panel. Please hold your applause until all 6 are introduced. For the motion, Senior Fellow in National Security Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations, Max Boot. Professor of American Foreign Policy at the Johns Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies, Michael Mandelbaum. And author, commentator, and director of the Center for Social Cohesion, Douglas Murray. And to my left, against the motion, President and founder of the Eurasia Group, Ian Bremmer, President and CEO of the Henry L. Stimson Center, Ellen Laipson, and writer for the Times of London and The Spectator, and broadcaster for the BBC, and a former British Member of Parliament, Matthew Parris.